Want to know what money habits are keeping you poor? I'm Cameron Rice, and today we're tackling a crucial topic: 6 bad money habits that could be holding you back from achieving financial freedom. Over the last 8 years of my life, I've had the chance to learn from Fortune 500 CEOs, millionaires, and even a couple billionaires on their money habits that have allowed them to create a great deal of wealth. And I've learned some invaluable lessons about managing money during that time. And so today I want to share 6 common bad money habits that, and most importantly, I want to show you how to break free from them. So let's get right into it and see how we can change our lives and get the new habits that we need to have. Let's start with one of the most common bad money habits, and that's paying yourself last. I first came across this principle in concept in Robert Kiyosaki's Rich Dad, Poor Dad. He describes 2 financial mindsets. One is the poor mindset, where people receive their paycheck and they immediately start paying bills, which is probably about 80% of Americans right now. We get paid and then we have our rent and our utilities and our subscription, and anything that's left over, we may save that money. But the second mindset is the wealthy mindset, and they pay themselves first. Before paying any expenses, they put at least 10% of their money into savings or investing. This simple shift ensures that you are the first priority for your finances and helps you build wealth instead of just covering expenses and getting by. So today, start automating your savings and paying yourself first. So let's move to habit 2, and that is living comfortably in debt. We'll talk about bad debt. Credit cards and loans have become so normalized today that people don't even think twice about swiping for small purchases, whether it's at Target or whether it's at Home Depot. But here's the reality. The average credit card interest today is around 22%. So if you're only making minimum payments, you're basically donating and giving your money away to the banks. And so here's a good rule of thumb for you. If you can't buy it in cash or you don't have the money available, maybe we should reconsider whether it's worth the debt. And we shouldn't let the credit card companies profit off of our financial mistakes and lack of discipline. So let's move into habit 3, which is a really big one, and that's not tracking your money. Do you know where your money is going each month? Many people let maybe their lifestyle inflation take control. They're upgrading their apartment, they're getting a new car, or maybe they're just spending more just because they're earning more. Typically, we see this a lot when somebody gets a pay raise or something happens at work and they decide, well, I can afford these things now, so I should pay for it. But here's a quick exercise for you. You should track every dollar that you earn and spend for the next 30 days. And you'll be shocked how much money that you're wasting on non-essentials. And once you have that clarity, you can make smarter financial decisions. You can start setting real goals. And here's a great tool I would use. Are you struggling with debt? Feeling like there's never enough left at the end of the month? Or maybe you just want to make more money and create more income? Or you want to start investing but don't know where to start? You're not alone, and you don't have to stay stuck there. The Earners Academy is a financial coaching program that has helped countless families and individuals eliminate $3,000 to $4,000 in debt in less than 30 days, build full emergency funds in less than 90 days, but also create real financial margin within their budget. So with a personalized plan, guidance, and accountability, you'll finally have control over your money and not your money controlling you. So are you ready to take the first step? Book your consultation today with the link down below and start building the financial future that you deserve. And that moves me into habit number 4, which is expensive hobbies. Hobbies are great, but they can be dangerous for your finances if you're not careful. And whether that's luxury shopping, dining out, or an expensive gaming setup, these expenses can add up very quickly. And I'm not saying that you shouldn't have these hobbies, but instead of cutting them out completely, maybe we find a balance. Maybe we set a budget for these hobbies. We look for free or maybe a lower cost alternative, or we even consider turning our hobby into some type of side hustle where we can monetize and earn more income. Because remember, there's a limit of how much you can save, but there's really no limit on how much you can earn. And so that moves us into habit number 5, which is taxes. Overpaying for taxes. Nobody likes Uncle Sam, right? But taxes are one of the biggest expenses in our life. But did you know there are legal ways to be able to reduce them? Especially if you have a business, there are a lot of different ways to get tax breaks and tax incentives for your business. And the wealthy use tax strategies to minimize what they owe. And so I don't understand why you can't either. But here's a good way that we can start by doing that. You can contribute to tax advantage accounts like an ISA or a Roth IRA. Maybe you can write off business expenses if you have a side hustle or you have an LLC. But we need to learn. We need to have knowledge about learning about tax deductions and credits available to you depending on what sector you're in. But a little tax knowledge can go a long way in keeping money in your pocket. And that leaves us to our last habit, which is habit number 6, and that's delaying investing. Waiting too long to invest is one of the biggest financial mistakes that you can make. If you're just leaving your money in a bank, just keeping it in the savings, inflation is slowly eating away at its value. And so investing doesn't have to be complicated. I know people hear that term and they're like, oh, I don't know where to start. I have no idea what I should do. I would suggest starting with an index fund, something simple, or an ETF, which is a VOO or VTI would be some great options, which usually have about a 7 to 8% return. And then also you want to diversify your investments to reduce the risk. But then you also want to set up automatic contributions to your investments account and create a system for your money. And the earlier that you start, the more you can benefit from compound interest. So don't wait. Go ahead and let's start investing today. Let's recap the bad money habits that you need to break. You need to pay yourself first. Second, you need to avoid bad debt. 3, you need to track your income and expenses. And 4, you need to be mindful of expensive hobbies. 5 needs to be minimizing taxes legally. And then 6 is going to be in investing early as possible. Financial freedom isn't built overnight. It's a result of smart, consistent decisions over time. And each step you take today will compound into a better financial future. And so if you found this video helpful, give it a like, share it with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more money tips and wealth building strategies. But until the next time, take control of your finances and keep striving for financial freedom. If you like this video, then you might like these.